Okay, welcome back again to yet another stream on Anime's Launchpad Adventures. Today, we're going to be testing out these Tide Evo Tiles. And I'm gonna go get some of my clothes before we start it up. Or really, actually, just one item. That's one of my hoodies. And we're gonna put one of these in there instead of using Extra or Gain or Dollar Tree brand. I think that's Oxydol, I think. Yeah, I think that's Oxydol. Yeah. So I'm using one of these Tide Evo Tiles instead of the Extra, the Gain, Oxydol, or Ajax. I normally don't use Tide, but when I found out about the Evo Tiles, I'm like, I gotta try those out. And I heard they're really good. So, if they really work as good as they say they are, then I'm gonna give it a 100 out of 100. So, it says they dissolve well in cold water, so I'm gonna put it on cold and heavy soil. Paramount may sell Nickelodeon Cartoon Network. I just got a notification about that. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we have Tide Evo Tile. It was once revealed about, like, I think it was on Wade's channel where it was revealed what was really inside of it. It was like some powder and stuff. It's like a mix of powder and sheets in one. It's like, it said 6 layers of clean power, I think. I think those were the exact words it said. Let me check again. 6 clean. I was kind of close. 6 cleaning layers of Tide Evo detergent. So yeah, that has 6 layers on it. What happened? What are you talking about? So we're filling up now for the wash cycle. And it's just the default normal cycle, other than the change of the wash temperature and soil level. Wash temperature is at cold, soil level is at heavy. I guess that's my default settings now for that washer. The cold wash and heavy soil keep coming loose. Super loose. What is it again? The detergent I'm using? Tide Evo Tiles. Or do you mean the settings? Settings. Okay, so I have it on the normal cycle. On cold wash, spin time is default at max, and soil level is reset at heavy, and of course super wash is on because that's the default setting. Super wash is the one that does the cooldown fill at the last 1, 2, or 3 minutes, depending on the soil level. If it's on light, it'll do it at the very last minute. Normal soil, it will do it the last 2 minutes, and heavy soil, it will do it at the last 3 minutes. So you can see now, the Tide Evo tile is starting to dissolve in that cold water. And yeah, I've been hearing that Tide has been working their best to make like different detergents actually dissolve in cold water, like in especially cold water. And it seems to be doing that in here as it fills. But we're filling it up to a very low water level since it's a small load. Let's see what that impeller does to it. So 15 minutes of washing takes too long to dissolve in hot water. Tide Evo Tiles takes too long to dissolve in hot water? Go ahead, Tim. I already got a big thing of suds in there. I guess it did kind of get some suds in there. What am I doing? I'm testing out these Tide Evo tiles in the Mega Washer. I just put in one, and it gets that much suds. Yeah, it does have some really good washing action. Turn on my light. Yeah, I think the Evo tiles are like a mix of sheets and powder, basically. And it's 6 layers. 6 layers of Tide Evo detergent, as it said. Again, I normally don't trust Tide, but I'm having a feeling their Evo tiles are really gonna do a job on my clothes. That's just my hoodie in there. So I'm starting off small. I'm starting out small on that. haven't seen you on here in a while. How have you been? Ah, I see now, Aiden. Nice suds. Yeah. Even for just one Evo tile, we get like, still get like a lot of suds. Although it is high efficiency. We probably just get more suds in washers like that one that have like very intensive washing action. Or aggressive, that's another good word for that one. Be right back again. Okay. Yeah, that thing does a mean wash there. Especially on heavy duty. Yeah, LG really knows how to do like the aggressive wash action on cycles like heavy duty and normal. It does some aggressive action on normal as well. And yeah, a few months back, Wade and Kieran actually did some testing on the Tide Evo Tiles. And I'm not sure exactly what they thought of it, but like, I think it might be doing quite a job on these things. On my clothes. At least my hoodie, because again, starting off small. Yeah, even Tide says that more for larger loads. Because it says if you're doing a small load, do put in one, but if you're doing a medium or large load, it says to put in two. Oh! That splashed in my face. That really is aggressive. Yeah. That thing really is aggressive. Y'all ain't wrong about that. Really cool how even that washer is high efficiency too. It's like, I think it's something like high efficiency but upgraded. Very good rotation, yeah. It does really good washing action. I think I might test these out in the GE220 and the LG 3600 one day. Oh, nice, Aiden's back again. And maybe even the Samsung 3200 if I can remember to do that. If I can remember to bring them. Also the G&W and the pink washer. I'll test the Evo tiles and those two washers too. And possibly in any more front loaders I might find. Yeah, my screen brightness just went down a little bit. The bar still says max though. It just went down a little bit. So I'm guessing it was kind of from the heat of it. So I'm just turning off my light for now. Tries on a Samsung WA54CG 7150AD LG WT 8600CB and a GE Profile GFW 955. Huh. Oh yeah, isn't the GE Profile GFW 955 one of the ultra fresh ones? I'm actually gonna turn my light back on, just because I think it looks better like that. And I'll only turn the light off when I'm doing spin cycles on that. Like the intermediate spins and the final spin. Yeah. So I'm doing some like separate videos on testing the Tide Evo tiles in all the different washers I have, and of course, the ones I visit every now and then, like the 3600 that's at my dad's, the GE220, and sometimes even the Samsung 3200. What washers? The Mega washer, which is that one. G&W, which is that one. Pink washer, which is that one. It just looks blue because of the inside lighting. And then so far, 3 other washers. LG WM3600 HWA, Samsung WA45T3200AW, and GE GTW220 ACW0WW. I have filmed all 6 of those washers now. I would have tested it on that washer, but it's no longer working now, as of March 26th. That's the day when it stopped working, when the motor just completely separated itself from the impeller. I'm like, that's not even the right kind of direct drive. Plan on getting a Samsung WA54CG 7150AD since it's the best reliable top load washer from Samsung, and it has the pet care solution, active water jet, and smart things. Smart things like the app, or could get the LG 8600 or the GE Profile front loader. I'd probably stick to the LG one. Just because LG is known for their really good products. Like, since LG is known for their very good products. I mean, yeah, more reliability. LG has more reliability. Plus, all their machines are direct drive. Like, they never go back and forth to belt drive. Like, they just keep doing direct drive on and on, which is good. 8400 or 8600? I think I'd try out the 8600 because I've always wanted to see that one in action. I think LG is so much better than Whirlpool, Speed Queen, and old school direct drives. Yeah, I think so, yeah. Although, I think some of the old school direct drives actually did last a good amount of time. Like the Kenmore direct drive that Wade has. But if you're getting a Speed Queen, it really depends what model you're getting. If it's the TC5, it's good. But if it's the TR7, it is, like, not good at all. Yeah, Speed Queen's TR series. Speed Queen's TR series are, like, one of the worst kinds. TC5 is good. I haven't tried it out, but I heard about it from Wade. And he seems to know his stuff, so yeah. They don't clean well, they are too expensive, and they have a lot of problems. Speed Queen TR series. Checking out those suds before we drain. TC5 is better than the others, but it's still bad. Yeah, I hear Maytag is still making some of the old school ones. I think GE is too, like the 220. I think that's like an old school model. Same for the GE 325. That's also an old school model, I think. I think it was out since the last decade. GE has gotten better. Yeah, like their old school ones. Their old school models. I heard they're like really good. Also think that the new school is better than old school. The washers, I probably think so, yeah. Especially coming from LG. Like, I mean, I've seen a lot of their newer models. I even have one of them, the 3600. But yeah, one that was really good was the LG Wave Force. Like, such as the one that Wade has. I believe it's the WT 5480 CW. But yeah, the Wave Force models are really good too. New school is also good from Samsung, Electrolux, and GE. What about Frigidaire? Is there are there new washers any good? Because I'm asking because I had a Frigidaire FTF 220. I mean, not 220. I got mixed up on the GE model. FTF 2140 ES. Ethan used to have the WT 5070, but he got rid of it, unfortunately, because it kept erroring out UE and UE for no apparent reason. What? It kept throwing up the UE error? Was the load even unbalanced? I guess the balance sensors are like really sensitive or something. But yeah, you know how LG is on their balance sensors. Probably just for like the safety. Probably just for like their safety that the balance sensors are very detective. That they can detect even the smallest imbalances. The load was well balanced. Don't see Frigidaire washers and dryers in Home Depot, and in one of the Best Buy videos, they're not there anymore. Frigidaires are not there anymore? Huh. That's kind of funny. I heard that, like, I saw in one of Ethan's videos a Frigidaire top loader, a modern one. Well, wow, wait. The Frigidaire ones aren't even there anymore? Huh. I guess that means Frigidaire probably must have stopped making washers by now. Hang on, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna do some research on that. Okay, so I did some research, and and it turns out Frigidaire is still making washers. Like, according to my research, it said that they're still making. Well, at least it says that they're still making front loaders and top loaders, and also their own laundry centers too. Like, 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 do you know the GE laundry centers? Frigidaire makes those too. In fact, GE and Frigidaire, they actually made very similar washers back in the 2000s. Then why is it not there? I have no idea. I'm actually going to check which Frigidaire washer is the most modern one. So I found about Frigidaire's new top loaders, and I found two models, FLVW 7523 AW and FLVW 7000 AW. That's what I found in Frigidaire's new washer models. I think I heard Frigidaire is still a really good brand. Although I don't really get why it says FLVW when it's a top loader. It should really say TLVW. Because although I do see why it says F at the beginning now, because it's basically just the first letter in the name of the brand, Frigidaire. It starts on an F, so I see now. FLVW. So we'll put that in there. Intermediate spin. So at the end of the stream, before I end it, I'll show you guys the Frigidaire, the newer Frigidaire washers that I found. And that'll be after the cycle finishes. Jet rinse right there. You can see right here in the back, it's doing the jet rinse. Again, Frigidaire, I used to have one. I used to have a Frigidaire before I got the LG. Let's see, you can see officially graduated middle school on Thursday, the 28th of May 2026, and last day of school was on Friday, the 29th of May 2026, and summer break started on June 1st. Oh, nice. So you got like 4 more years of school, I think, until like 2030, right? Used to have a Frigidaire, washer, and dryer in the Airbnb, and in Donner Lake back in February and March 2024. Oh. What else was I saying? Oh, I was reading one of your comments on here. So you got like 4 more years of school, right? That's the high school years. And then you'll graduate from there in 2030, right? 2030. I thought so. I actually graduate from high school next year in June 2027. And my summer break hasn't started yet. The last day is actually going to be either on the 15th or the 16th of June. And then summer break will officially start in July for me. Because I have the exam on. Right, so as I was saying. Oh, turned 14 on the 5th of April 2026. Oh, nice. 3 days before I turned 17. And tomorrow is actually 2 months since my 17th. I think the last day of summer break will be July 30th. Start high school. Wait, you start school in August? Okay. I guess some states probably do that. Yeah. I start school in September every year, actually. Very early September. Yeah, for me, school starts in September and then ends in June. And I'm not one to usually travel anywhere in summer. I usually save that for like November. And although I have been outside of my state many times, I've never been outside the United States. Just outside of my state. 。 . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . like very much through the East Coast. I'm actually in the East Coast, so yeah. Oh, you've been outside your country before? Hmm. Yeah. I'm all the way on the East Coast. That's where Eastern Standard Time is. I mean, besides Canada. Think you've been to the East Coast before? I'm what? I'm on the East Coast. That's where I live. I'm like all the way on the east side. Like all the way to the very east of the East Coast. Like it's one of those states that like is very. I think it's one of those states that like connects to another state or a few more states probably that that kind of almost exit the country. The only way my state exits the country is through is to like Canada, I think. Yeah, because there's Niagara Falls. Yeah, because Niagara Falls is between my state and Canada. Repeat again. Hang on. Probably because the dryer is on. I just have it drying my shoes there. So, yeah. I'm on the East Coast, and yeah, Niagara Falls is between, is right in between my state and Canada. It's right between, it's right between them. Oh, little bubble in the water. Oh, hey, Logic. So yeah, we were just talking about like Frigidaire and stuff, their new models, and then we were talking about like Niagara Falls, like how it's between Canada and my state. Am I good? Yeah, my throat was just itchy. But yeah, again, the third age, often a few months more than that. Oh man. It just happens to me at different times. Like, very much when I least expect it. Are we on the rinse? Yeah, we're on the rinse. First rinse, actually. Anything else to wash after? I mean, I don't plan to wash anything else today. How many rinses? It depends on what it senses. Because it's auto rinse. Yeah, because if it senses, that was a big splash. Not really big, but like kind of splash. Yeah. If it senses suds at the end of the rinse, then it will sense that it will need to do another rinse. Seeing some suds, seeing some suds in there, it might sense to a second rinse. Actually, yeah, it already did. It already sensed to a second rinse. It's usually like 2 minutes into the rinse that it would sense that would actually give like results of sensing like whether if it needs another rinse or not. And if there's still soap, even though getting it all rinsed out, it will keep rinsing too much until the suds clean out. Yeah. Like earlier, is it going to do filtration rinse? No, that setting is not on. Yeah. And earlier, like in my last stream, it like did some like a lot of rinsing, a lot of filtration rinse. It took almost forever until it actually got, well, most of the suds out. I think a front loader would be better for that job. how sudsy did the wash get? I only put in one Evo tile, and I get a bunch of suds, yet still. A front loader would be better than a top loader, or than this one. Yeah, I think so, yeah. Like, such as my 3600. It started an agitation, but then stopped right away. Another belt drive portable found not too far, and it works. Perhaps they're talking about that one. About my mega washer. Yeah. Oh, hey, Juliet. I see you back again from one of my streams. So we're draining out the water now. And it senses it will need a second rinse. Because time is already overestimated again. That's a mega washer. Yeah. I just got a video notification like about a minute ago that said a belt drive portable. It said a belt drive portable, not too far away, and it works. And I think they were talking about my mega washer, because it is a belt drive portable. Or at least something very similar to my mega washer. I think that came out. I think I got. Nah. Nope. It went onto the thumb. Okay. There we go. Gotta go now since I can't use too much screen time to the point where I was gonna. So yeah, the stream is still going on. Be back in some time. If not, I'll see you in the next one. Okay. See ya, Aiden. Yeah. I guess it's the detergents that take forever to rinse out that that really do a really great job on washing on getting these clothes clean. What dryer do I have? I don't have one here, but I use that dehumidifier as a dryer here at my dad's house. At my dad's house, I have an LG DLG 3601W. So it's a gas dryer. Not exactly the best for my choice, but I can make an exception since it's LG. Actual dryer, yeah. LG 3601W at my dad's. Yeah, it's the gas models. It's the gas models that show 3601 instead of 3600. It's the electric ones that say 3600. Do I live in an apartment? Yeah, the one I'm in right now is the apartment. At my dad's is an actual house. It's not exactly the biggest house, but like the apartment here isn't very big either. I mean, it is on the outside, but the inside, not really. I'm actually in like half of the basement of the apartment here. What is my favorite washing machine? I'd say one of them is the 8900, but also the 6700, 8600, 9900, 6998, 9998, and of course the 3070, the one that Easy Spin 2 had, and also the 8100. That makes sense. So that's why I have that's why I have portable washers. Yeah, like I mean, I think we do have some room in my room for a washer. That is, we would have if I haven't had if I wouldn't have had so much stuff in there, and if we would have had some kind of water connection in there. But if anyone were to install a gas connection in my room, I'd say like no way. I prefer electric. But yeah, that's the biggest portable washer I have. Like, we can't even fit, like, a full-size portable in here. Like, that's the biggest portable we can fit in here. Plus, we just don't have the right setup in here for an actual water connection on one of the bigger portables. Even that hose here doesn't fit through there. I just hold it on with my hand. That's why when I fill it, I just like slip the drain hose up on the faucet. Because that's the only hose on here that actually fits on it. It's because it's bigger than that. Like, you could see the fill hose actually goes inside the drain hose. That's how you can tell the drain hose is bigger. What's my favorite laundromat washing machine? That's a tough one, actually. But I think I might say, uh, what was the LG commercial washer called? So that's the LG Titan and LG Titan Pro, and apparently another one called LG Giant. Those are the LG commercial washers that I did research on. Well, that's the search results I got when I searched up LG commercial washers. So yeah, really anything LG is what I like. I really like LG stuff, like, because they have really good stuff. I was honestly surprised when I saw LG commercial washers at a laundromat. They have like that commercial grade where I think they actually last longer. I actually never knew that LG had commercial washers until I saw them. And actually, on second thought, I think we might do filtration rinse. And we're already draining because suds are already in there. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to do one of those rinses, the hose. Or the jet hose, as I call it. I'm actually going to set my camera down so I can do it with two hands. Okay. That should have done something. I also like those huge ones. I call it Hubert. It's the Huecubers. I just pronounce it Hubert because it just makes more sense. I just pronounce it Hubert because it makes more sense. Now we're going in one direction because now that it's starting to really fill up, it's now at that point where if it tries to go in both directions, it's just going to slip. The inner drum's just going to slip off the impeller. Hang on, let me try something. It actually worked. So what I did was I spinned it by hand and then put it in spin mode and turned it on. And it really just accelerated itself from spin. Hang on. I want to try something else too. It's not working. Hang on. I would show you, but it's not working the right way. Wait, hang on. Maybe I can. There we go. So here's what I'm doing. Okay, I can't show much of it because it doesn't want to work the right way. Wait. There we go. So I'm just using that hose to like do that. Okay. Basically what it's doing is it's setting up a really good rinse. I'll try to show you again what it is. What the trick is. Wait. There we go. You can kind of see it going in. So, let's see. I'm going to close the lid on the hose. And try to show you guys what I'm doing. Wait. Let me put it in like that. There we go. Oh, whoops. It's going on the outside. Whoa! Whoa! Whew. I thought I was going to splash out. That was close. Here we go. Here's a good position. So here's basically what I'm doing. to be the rinse cycle. Think that might have gotten it. Man, that's the best laugh I've had in 10 years. I think it was like a decade since I had that. Okay, that's the end of that cycle, finally. Took like about 100 minutes. But it was worth it for the Evo tiles, which seem to have done a really great job on that. Yeah, I currently don't have enough hangers for that. And as promised now, I'll show you guys the new Frigidaires that I found. The new Frigidaire washers that I found out about. So, first let me get the thing plugged in. Right, upside down. And plug in. So I'll show you. So here's one of them. That is the... Hang on. Wait for the thing to load. There we go. Frigidaire FLV 7000 AW. Here's another image of it. So that's what it looks like on the inside. Oh, looks like it has a dispenser drawer too. That's nice. And here's the controls. It has 8 cycles on it. Normal, heavy duty, whites, bulky, quick wash, delicates, drain and spin, and clean washer. So it looks like they no longer have the hand wash cycle. So, let's see. So here's the Frigidaire FLVW 7523 BW. It has like a different agitator from the 7000. Yeah, different agitator. And here's the close-up controls. Let's see what cycles it has. Oh, looks like it has 10. And it looks like a Samsung style. Let's see. Oh, there we go. We're gonna need more resolution for that. See if I can find one more resolution. That might have more. A little bit more. But that one's very low. No, it's very high, actually. So we can actually see the cycles on that one. So let's see. That one has normal, delicates, activewear, whites, colors. Of course, it has whites and colors, but colors is technically like a normal cycle, I think. Towels, bedding, fast wash, which is basically quick wash. Rinse and spin and clean washer, it has that as well. Has a max fill setting. So here we have a soak option for it. So like it can soak, which is nice. Max fill for the water level. Oh, and then there's like a favorite cycle option on here. Hold to save. So you can actually go to your favorite cycle on here. And temperature, we have tap cold, cold, warm, and hot. And soil level, extra light, light, heavy, and extra heavy. So there is no normal normal soil on that one. It's just extra light, light, heavy, and extra heavy. And it looks like normal defaults to heavy soil. I think extra light is where fast wash defaults to. And then we have the chime, which I think is like the cycle signal, basically. Child lock, which is commonly also called control lock. And the extra rinse option. And right here we have Maxfield favorite lid lock. So Frigidaire also has lid locks apparently. And the light for soak. Yeah. So that's been their logo for like, I think the last decade now, I think. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of Frigidaires back in those days, but now in these days I'm seeing a lot more of their newer ones. Make sure to search up modern Frigidaire dryer and see what they look like. So modern Frigidaire dryer. That doesn't look very modern to me. If anything, it looks like those old ones. Of course, we get GE at the top results. But let's see. They still do the ones that rotate in the back. But it looks like none of those holes are covered in there. Unlike GE. So let's see. Oh, that's even worse resolution. I guess 640 by 640 is the best we can get. But let's see. That's one of their dryers. I think that's the matching one for the 7000. Yeah, same controls. So yeah, I think that's the matching one for the 7000. But yeah, I really want to see some of these in action one day. Some of these newer Frigidaires. Yeah, there's still some brands that are still making washers. LG, GE, Samsung, Maytag. I don't know about Kenmore if they're still making any washers. I haven't heard any news from them. But Whirlpool as well. And did I mention Maytag? I think I did. And of course, Frigidaire. I actually want to test out some of the newer Frigidaire washers to see if they're still just as good as the old ones were. Eh? Wait. Oh. That's what that is. Okay. So, yeah. Frigidaire. Yeah, they're really good. Oh, my brightness went back up. That's good. Yeah. It looks kind of similar to the old ones they had, but not exactly the same. Because I'll show you the old Frigidaire dryer that I had. Was it Frigidaire FGQ? Wait, 1442 ES. .8 cubic foot capacity, 7 dry cycles, and 4 dryness limit. It didn't have 7, it had 12. Like 6 manual dry and then 6 time dry from 15 to 90 in 15s. ES0, I think it is. Yeah. Oh, that one's definitely not a Frigidaire. That's an LG Kenmore. But yeah. Frigidaire undefined at Lowe's. AJ Madison. Ah, here we go. A stacked matching set. The exact one that I had. Wait, FTF 2140 ES3? I don't remember there being an ES3. But okay. So, yeah. That's what it looked like. Exactly like that. That's the Frigidaire set. Frigidaire FTF 2140 ES and Frigidaire FGQ 1442 ES. Yeah, they even have some videos of it on YouTube of that specific Frigidaire model there. That's the door open one. Here we go. Here's what they looked like when their doors were closed. That's basically what they looked like. So really, the plastic on the door was like a clear but dark type of it, so you couldn't really see inside there unless you had a light, or unless you could do like an open door. But on a washer like that, since it has a two-pick lock on it. It has a two-pick lock. So the only way you can actually get those to work on open door is just by using the door strike itself. So yeah, that thing. So, yeah. That's the Frigidaire set that I had before the LG 3600 set. It worked really good. It lasted a good 13 years. The Frigidaire set. And the stacking set looked exactly like that. It was basically just stacked. Like the dryer was like screwed onto the washer's top panel. That's how Frigidaire did it back in the day. LG always had a different way of doing that. They just secure them together by brackets. By like those metal brackets that you'll see that stacks them together. But yeah, normally you just have the the dryer stacked on top of the washer. Because you want to be able to reach the dispenser on there. And the controls too. But for the LG 9900, as long as you could reach the controls, you can actually put it on top, I think. Because all the detergent dispensers is at the bottom. On that one. So yeah. That's going to be the end of the stream. Glad I could share the old set